5 daily habits that transformed my body and mind. At 90, I take no medication and still drive. I'm 91 years old. I still drive, shop, cook, and remember everything. I'm 91 years old. I still drive myself, do my own grocery shopping, cook my own meals, and remember everything clearly. From what I had for breakfast yesterday to the names of my second cousins from decades ago. People are often surprised. They ask me, "What's your secret?" Good genes. But the truth is, it's not about genes. I didn't come from a long-lived family. My parents passed away early. My siblings all take daily medications. But me? It's been over 30 years since I last caught a cold. I haven't needed a single pill in all that time. I believe this with all my heart. Health, especially as we age, isn't just luck or inheritance. It's about small choices made consistently every day. Simple habits, repeated over time. That's what changes a life. In this video, I'll share 5 habits that have helped me stay healthy, live deeply, and remain fully independent. So if you want to wake up each day feeling refreshed, if you want to stay self-reliant, even in your 80s or 90s, I invite you to watch this video to the end. And if this speaks to you, please tap like and subscribe. Let's walk this journey together to live longer, live stronger, and live with meaning. The quiet truth. No one tells you about aging. Have you ever noticed? At the same age, some people are still walking every morning, recalling old stories with clarity and smiling warmly when they see an old friend. And yet others move slowly, stay quiet, seem forgetful, and lose interest in just about everything. Why such a big difference? Is one simply lucky and the other not? No, I don't believe that. I believe this. It's not age that makes the difference. It's how you choose to live. We often blame getting older when we feel tired, forget things, or lose our motivation. But that's only half the truth. The other half is this. When you stop moving, stop challenging your mind, stop caring for your body, that's when aging truly starts to take hold, slowly, quietly, until one day you no longer feel like getting out of bed. I've seen friends of mine fade quickly, simply because they let go of small daily habits. And I've seen others remain sharp, joyful, and active because they held on to the simplest routines. The best part? You can choose your path, starting today. The science behind aging. Why some people grow older but stay young. There's a remarkable truth that modern science has confirmed. Aging does not happen the same way for everyone. Inside, each of us are biological clocks, systems that determine how quickly different parts of the body age, from the heart, brain, and muscles to the nervous system. And these clocks don't just tick with time. They respond to how you live. For example, someone who keeps their brain active each day, even just by reading or learning something new, can slow brain aging by 10 to 15 years compared to someone who doesn't challenge their mind regularly. Or someone who walks just 20 minutes a day can keep their heart and blood vessels as healthy as someone a full decade younger. That's not magic. That's biology. Research shows that people who follow just 5 simple habits, balanced eating, regular sleep, gentle movement, staying socially connected, and managing stress, live on average 12 to 14 years longer than those who don't. They don't stay young forever. they simply age more slowly. And because of that, they live more fully. You don't need special genes. You don't need top doctors. You just need to understand your body and give it what it's quietly been asking for. Simple things, done right. Habit number 1, a lesson from the morning sun. The first habit that changed my life. Each morning, the first thing I do isn't make coffee, check my phone, or turn on the TV. I open the door, I step out onto the porch, and I let the early sunlight touch my face. For the first 10 minutes of the day, I just look at the sky. It sounds simple, but that one habit completely reset my internal clock. Morning sunlight isn't just light. It's a signal to your body, telling it to wake up, to start fresh. It gently raises cortisol at just the right time, giving you natural energy. And it tells your body to hold off on melatonin, the sleep hormone, during the day, so it produces it properly at night. Since adopting this habit, I've slept deeper. I feel more alert. My appetite feels balanced. And emotionally, I feel more at peace. Science calls this resetting your circadian rhythm. I call it greeting the day with gratitude. You can start tomorrow. No equipment, no effort. Just open the door and let the sun touch your face. Habit number 2. A morning cup of tea, starting from within, gently and mindfully. I used to be like most people, waking up and reaching for a strong cup of coffee. But after turning 60, I began noticing my heart racing, my stomach uneasy, and my mind already tense by breakfast. Then one day, I happened to hear a meditation teacher say, "Begin your day with a warm cup of tea. It teaches your body to enter the day slowly and with steadiness." From that moment on, warm tea became my morning ritual. Sometimes it's ginger with a bit of honey. Other times, just warm water with a slice of lemon. But the true benefit isn't in the tea itself. It's in the moment. Sitting down, holding the cup with both hands, breathing slowly. That one cup helps awaken digestion, gently warms the body, and hydrates after a long night's rest. But more importantly, it teaches me to honor the start of each day. No rushing, no racing, just presence. And when you begin the day with calm intention, the rest of the day tends to follow in kind. Try it tomorrow morning. No fancy tea required. Just sit, hold a warm cup, take a few minutes for yourself. Trust me, your body will thank you for it. Habit number 3. Movement, a vital lesson we can't afford to ignore as we age. There was a time when I believed that growing old meant slowing down. I walked less, I sat more. But the more I sat, the more I hurt. My shoulders stiffened, my sleep became shallow, and my spirit felt dull. Then one day, I happened to walk past an exercise class for older adults. I stepped in, just to watch. But that day, I stood up, joined in, and never looked back. I relearned how to breathe, how to stretch, how to stand with balance. The aches began to fade, and I didn't just feel stronger, I felt more alive. Movement doesn't need to be intense. It just needs to be consistent. A walk around the house, a 10-minute stretch, a simple reach overhead each morning. Every movement is a message to your body that says, "I'm still here. I still want to be well." And the amazing thing is, your body listens. If you've been sitting too long, just try standing up and taking a few steps. That small act might be the beginning of coming back to life. Habit number 4. Mental clarity is not a matter of luck. It's the result of consistent practice. At 91, still driving, still shopping, still remembering every birthday. People call it luck. But I've come to realize it's not luck. It's habits. Simple, steady, and daily. You see, staying mentally sharp isn't about crossword puzzles or brain games. It's about showing up for your thoughts, your curiosity, your presence, every single day. I don't skip it. I read. I write. I recall small stories from long ago and let them live again in memory. Because memory, like muscle, fades when unused. But with a little effort, a paragraph read aloud, a story written down, a list remembered without notes, the light returns. It's not about being a genius. It's about staying connected to the world, to your people, to yourself. And that is the greatest medicine I've ever known. Habit number 5. A morning meditation ritual, a gift for the mind and spirit. There's one habit I never skip: morning meditation. It's nothing fancy. I put on my headphones, play soft ambient sounds, and sit quietly. Sometimes for 5 minutes, sometimes 10, but always before the noise of the world begins. This habit found me after I read about the brain and mindfulness. I realized we don't need more information. We need more stillness. We need a moment to clear the clutter in our minds before the day takes over. When I sit there, I focus on just 3 things. How do I want to feel today? What do I want to move toward? What do I need to let go of? That's it. But somehow, it feels like I'm reordering my entire inner world. Since starting this practice, I've become calmer, more clear-headed. Honestly, I believe better decisions, even about money and a steadier emotional life, have come from these quiet mornings. There is no age too late to start sitting with yourself. If you want to give yourself a real gift, try it. It costs nothing, but it might just change the way you live the rest of your life. You don't have to change your whole life. Just start small. When people hear everything I've shared, they often sigh and say, "I can't do all that. I don't have the time, the willpower, or the energy." I understand. I used to feel the same way. But then I realized, change doesn't begin with a grand transformation. It begins with a seed. One small thing you can do today. You don't need to start meditating, doing yoga, drinking herbal tea, and walking all in one day. Just choose one. Just one. Maybe it's waking up and looking toward the morning light. Maybe it's drinking a glass of water before your coffee. Maybe it's simply standing up from your chair and stretching your arms. Good health doesn't come from big, dramatic decisions. It comes from small, consistent acts, repeated day by day. Like laying one brick at a time, you rebuild yourself. The body and mind are incredibly wise. When you begin caring for just one small part, the rest responds. When you sleep better, you eat better. When you eat better, you think more clearly. And when your mind is clear, you live with more purpose. It's a beautiful chain reaction. And it all begins with one very small but sincere step. Don't compare. Just choose one thing to begin with. Don't compare yourself to me. A 91-year-old man who's been doing this for decades. Don't look at those people who jog every morning or eat perfectly on social media and feel like you've fallen behind. Each person has their own story, their own body, their own path. The only thing you need is this. Today, I choose to begin. It doesn't matter if you're 40, 60, or 80. It's never too late. I started by opening the window every morning. That's it. Letting the light in, taking a deep breath, and reminding myself, I'm still alive. I have one more day to live well. From there came the morning cup of tea, then a few stretches, then 5 minutes of meditation. It wasn't a life makeover overnight. It was a chain of small habits, linking together one day at a time. You don't need to prepare much. Just choose one action, simple, doable, meaningful. Do it every day, and watch what happens. I believe, just like me, you'll find your body and your spirit beginning to bloom again, from the smallest of things. You've now heard the 5 habits I've quietly followed for decades. Nothing grand, nothing extraordinary. Just simple, steady choices each day. Morning sunlight, a peaceful cup of tea, a little mental challenge, gentle movement, and a few moments of stillness. They haven't made me superhuman, but they've helped me preserve what matters most: independence. I still drive myself. I still shop and cook on my own. And most importantly, I still look forward to each new day. If something in this video touched you, don't let it pass by. Choose just one small action and start today, because when you give your body consistent care, it gives back in ways you never expected. If this message felt helpful, please click like, subscribe, and share it with someone you love. You might become a source of strength for someone else, just as I've hoped to be for you. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm 91 years old, still learning, still laughing, and still living fully. And I believe you can too.